Hey guys, it's Tenbury here from Loud Noises Gaming. Today I'm going to bring you the Hitman Absolution Let's Look At video. I'm sorry it is one day late. I had some issues with the recording. Now, first off, I'm going to be doing this series, the Let's Look At series, in a little bit of a different format. I'm going to be trying to up the production value of it, I guess is how you could say it. I'm going to be using Fraps instead of XSplit to record this because I was having some issues using XSplit and Fraps just looks better anyway. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a page out of Total Biscuit's book and we're going to go check out the options. Go over here to graphics. As you can see, we have a host of graphical options, everything you need on a computer, and a host of display options, everything you would need on a computer. Now, this is something I like when I'm playing video games, is I like to see all of the audio, all the volumes on different sliders. I always like to have my voice volume all the way up, my effects volume somewhere in the middle, and I like to have my music volume down a little bit because I don't like to be hearing music when I'm hearing people talking. I like to hear people talking more than anything, and I love the sound of gunshots. Master volume's a bit down for the recording. Now, it does have full keyboard support and fully rebindable keys. You can set 2 sets of rebindable keys, so you can go ahead and say I want it to be W and right arrow. But we're going to remove that because remove that, so backspace to unmap this action. All right. Now everything is fully rebindable, but you shouldn't have too much issue with the preset keys because they are fairly good. They do what you need them to. Unless you have some sort of issue in which case you need to rebind them, then you're fully able to do that. Okay, let's go back. Now it also has full gamepad support. I've tried it on the gamepad, the Xbox 360 controller, and it works just fine. It's I wouldn't say it's better. I'd actually say that it's a bit detrimental when you're trying to play because you have to use some buttons for more than one action. Now, it has full language support for, or text language as for France, Italian, Dutch, Spanish. I believe this is Russian, this is Polish, and I have no idea what that is, but yes. Now there is a way to edit the Instinct system, which I'll be showing you later on in the video. The Instinct system is a new addition. It's a new mechanic. It's well, I'll get into it when I get into it in game, but you do have a few options to customize. You can show paths of enemies, and you can show enemies using Instinct. You can also show tutorial messages and show hints, and you can also choose to turn subtitles on and off. Now, this is nice because if you want to play on a higher difficulty, Instinct is gone by default, but if you want to play on a lower difficulty but you don't like the fact that Instinct is there, or that Instinct shows you enemies or shows paths, you can turn it off so it's not detrimental to your game. This is for someone that wants to play on, say, normal or hard, but wants the true Hitman experience, because on normal or hard you get Instinct and all of the things that go with it, but you don't want it. Say you want the true Hitman experience, so you want to play something without Instinct, but you want to play it on lower difficulty because Purist or Expert is too difficult for you, you can go ahead and change it up like that. Now, what was I going to say? Yes, all right, so I'm going to jump into a story mission. I'm also going to make a separate video for the contract system because if I were to conjoin the two, they'd be quite long, so trying to make sure that this series keeps to smaller sized videos, and Contracts is a bit of a game in its own. Now I'm going to jump into a level and we're going to continue when I'm in. Alright, here I am at the level selection page. I've played 4 levels, or I guess I could say, yeah, 4 levels. I was about to say chapters, but they're not chapters. I've played 4 levels so far, and I haven't had any slowdowns even while recording except for on the first level, and I think it has something to do with the amount of foliage because there was a lot of foliage right at the beginning and my recording tanked all the way down to about 10 frames per second at one point. It was only for a second and then it jumped back up to about 60, but it still was, it's still something to be worried about. I have a 560 Ti made by MSI. It's an NVIDIA graphics card. This is a Square Enix game published by Square Enix, and Square Enix does have an agreement with AMD, and AMD does the game is optimized along with games like Sleeping Dog. They're optimized to run on AMD cards and not NVIDIA cards, but NVIDIA cards do seem to work just fine. Other than that 10 frames per second slowdown right at the beginning, I haven't had any other issues with frame drops. I've had one where it dropped down to about 30, but that was only when there were a whole lot of NPCs on screen and I was blowing up things. Now to show you, I'm going to show you a mission I've already done and a mission I can complete quite quickly, the King of Chinatown mission. In this mission, I am tasked with killing a single target in a stealthy way, so we're going to go ahead and select that. And for difficulty purposes, I'm going to explain these to you, and then I'm going to pick hard. Easy is extremely easy. I played on easy for a little while. You are basically unstoppable. By cunning or by brute force, you are unstoppable. That is 100% true. It is so hard for you to die on easy, and if you've ever played any sort of game at all, you probably could play on normal or hard. Hard is not that hard if you've played Hitman games before. It's actually, I would say, about Blood Money difficulty, Blood Money on normal, I would say. That's what hard is. And then expert is Blood Money on, or I would say that purist and expert are in between Blood Money on the hardest difficulty. Now, normal is something like, it's for people that are new to the Hitman series and haven't played them before. It's good, it kind of holds your hand a little bit, but if you've ever played Hitman before, go ahead and play on normal. We're going to select normal, and the game's going to start, and I will continue speaking after the cutscene is over. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys.
Now this king, he resides at the pagoda in the center of town, where a unit of dirty cops guard his every move. He rarely leaves the crowd except to meet up with his dealer in a pad overlooking the square. Yeah, he's also got a swanky European ride parked in a nearby alley. And that's all I got, Holmes. So, call me back when you're done. Got it.
Alright, got it. I was just going to let you guys listen to that so you know the specifications of the mission. I have to kill the King of Chinatown in Chicago. Now, I have played this mission before, so I know what to do. So I'm just going to show you a quick view of everything, or the mechanics and everything, and I'll show you how a hit goes down in Hitman. Alright, so I am dropping down to about 30 frames a second here, but that's only because of the large amount of people. And now I'm back up to about 46 and 60. Now, the game is pretty well optimized, even on a 560 Ti, which is not the best graphics card in the world. It is kind of a standard type graphics card. A lot of people have it. A lot of people, it's affordable for a lot of people, and it's a decent graphics card. The game runs just fine on medium settings, and I am using Fraps right now, so it is slowing it down just a little bit, or I should say a lot. Now, for this approach, I'm going to go ahead and take the car approach. I'm going to attract our target, which is over there. Our target, this is the instinct system. As you can see, everyone in yellow is someone that it can be a threat to me, or someone that I can change outfits with. Everyone else who is not in yellow or a different color is simply a civilian that has no part in the game, or has no determining on the game. Now, my main target is in red. It's my objective to kill him. I'm going to go for a silent assassin type kill and takedown without killing any other people, which is how Hitman should be played, but it can be played other ways. I can also play it kind of aggressively and just go in guns blazing. Now, for this, I'm going to try and sneak in here to get to these guys and get to the car. Being a Hitman game, I'm going to have to wait for that guy to leave, and I'm going to have to try and get this guy to come out. So let's try and get him to go in that direction. You can pick up bottles in this game and throw them to create distractions, similar to the coin in Blood Money. Oh, shit. Alright. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and restart checkpoint. I meant to throw it. I didn't mean to bash a civilian in the face with a bottle. Alright, let's continue. But this is kind of a raw playthrough, so I feel like I should leave that in. Alright, so let's go ahead and try that again. Let's go ahead and get past here as quickly as possible. I can't sprint in this area due to there being a crowd. Going to wait for this officer to get over here. I've played this part before, so he's going to come and he's going to stand there, and this officer is going to continue to walk along. And when he turns, I'm going to walk right past him. Alright. I am now trespassing, which means that they will start getting on my case and harassing me, and then they're going to try and arrest me if I don't leave. Now I'm going to go ahead and choke out this guy, subdue him. You do have to do a little bit of button mashing Q when you're trying to subdue people. I'm sorry about the loud button mashing. Now he is unconscious. And there is a stash of weapons over here for you to use. Right now we're going to grab the remote explosive. You can also consider this sort of a walkthrough almost of how to complete this mission. Now, to get this guard out of the way, I'm going to distract him by throwing the explosive, which I'm going to use later over here. Alright, let's go ahead and holster my weapon, or the detonator. So once he walks behind those boxes and out of the line of sight of everyone outside, I can go over here and choke him out. Button mashing Q. No one's noticing. Alright. Now he is unconscious, and I can drag him and dump him into the dumpster. This is a good way to avoid losing any points. Make sure that if you subdue anyone, subduing will not get you points. If you knock them out, that is subduing. If you knock them out and hide the body, you don't lose any points. Any points you lost from subduing the person will be gained by dumping them or by hiding the body somewhere. Oh, let's try not to get caught. All right, it's good. Oh, someone did notice me. That is unfortunate. But at least I can get out of here like this. Go ahead and dump it. Oh. Oh, there was a body found, unfortunately. But we're going to go ahead and hit the car alarm and get out of here. Doesn't look like we've lost any points so far. And the King of Chinatown has been located. Since I set off the car alarm on his car, he's going to go over there and check out what the issue is. And he's going to flip out that his car's alarm has been going off and that I bumped it. Unfortunately, it looks like a cop is going that way. That's unfortunate, but it looks like I'm going to have to take out the cop anyway, so I'm going to have to take out my trigger and detonate it. There has been a non-target casualty, but that is okay. I still managed to complete my objective without getting noticed. And since I'm... Oh, Q. Oh, not Q. Caps lock. I had my gun out, and that's unfortunate. I didn't mean to have that out. I almost was caught. Run through here. No one notices that I'm the person that set off the bomb, so we're going to get to the extraction point. And we're going to exit the mission. That is basically the gist of it, and we're going to have another part where I show you more mechanics of the game. This was just showing a quick Hitman style hit. Now, I'm going to cut it here, and I'm going to restart at another mission. The first mission, which will show you all of the mechanics. Alright, so I'm in the original tutorial mission, or I guess the original tutorial mission is a bit of a weird saying, but the first mission. And it is also the tutorial mission, and I just got dropped down to about 30 frames a second twice from 60. I think it has something to do with the foliage around here, and it just has a toll on my graphics card. It just kind of dips it out a lot, bottoms it out. Alright, so this is a good mission to show off the mechanics of the game because of the little hints that keep appearing. So you can take cover by crouching next to an object and pressing space, and you can then roll from cover by pressing E. Press Control to see items of interest, which is burning the instinct meter. The instinct is the yellow bar on the right next to the weapon you have equipped, and on the other side, on the left side, you have your health and your radar. Now I can choose to use instinct, Control, and it shows me that the wrench is an item of interest. I probably should back away from that so you can get a better view. Control. Well, I guess it doesn't show the wrench as being an item of interest, but it does highlight enemies for you by giving you a yellow outline. Now I can go over here, go ahead and hold right mouse button to aim, and I can go ahead and throw items to distract guards. Alright, going to distract him and sneak past him. Okay, now for this next guard, I'm going to shoot him in the head, taking cover with space, and going to equip my silver baller with 1, and I'm going to shoot him in the head, going to use shift to steady fire my weapon, and left mouse button to fire. Boom, Oh, I did. Oh. Okay, there we go. All right, shot him, took him out. Going to scale, I'm going to put away my weapon. Now, this typical Hitman-y stuff, you can sneak around, you can kill things, etc., etc. There is a bit of a change in this one as opposed to Blood Money, which I'm going to compare this one to, as it is the most recent Hitman game. I can go ahead and dump it, or dump the body after killing him, and no one will find the body unless they are alerted to my presence in that general area, or someone saw me drop the body in. Now, this guy I'm going to go ahead and use my fiber wire on, and there's a bit of a few new mechanics here. If I use fiber wire, it instantly kills the person, and I also get to drag them immediately after killing them. I'm going to go over here to drop him into the same container I dropped the last guard, because in this Hitman there is, you can either, here let me drop him really quick, I can either choose to enter while there's a body in there to hide. So I can also hide in the same place I hit a body. Go ahead and exit. Or I can choose to drop 2 bodies in there. Gonna go ahead and drop him in there, and that now takes up all the space in the, I guess, dumpster, and I can no longer hide in there. There is something new about this Hitman as opposed to Blood Money. Instead of giving you a certain amount of save points that you're allowed to use, I think, 3 and 7, and you have unlimited on the easiest difficulty. On the next difficulty you have 7, on the next difficulty above that you have 3, and you have none, I think, in the hardest difficulty of Blood Money. Those are save points that you're allowed to use, and you can save at any time. In this Hitman, you have to save only at these checkpoints. Checkpoints activated, and there are a certain amount of checkpoints for each difficulty level. On hard, there are checkpoints throughout the map in various places. Not as many on easy, not as many as there are on easy and normal. And on, I think, purist, there are absolutely no checkpoints. So if you die, you have to restart the mission. I'm going to go over here and activate this checkpoint and take out this guard really quickly. All right, gonna go ahead and drag him over here and dump him in this dumpster, or this, I guess it'd be a sports bin, has a bunch of tennis balls in it. Dump him over here. The reason I'm doing this is to show you all the different mechanics, and this is a good mission to do that, because I found that it had a large amount of situations where I could use all the mechanics that are available to you. All right, so to check the area, I'm going to go ahead and use Instinct. It looks like there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guards in this area, and I don't want to engage them, so I'm going to take cover here and vault over. Sneak past. They won't notice me, hopefully. This man is over here. I'm going to go ahead and take him out. Dump him in here. I did turn off the voices for the characters. It looks like someone might have saw me. So instead we're going to use fake surrender. Instead of actually trying to run away or fight him, I'm going to fake surrender and allow him to get really close to me, and that instantly triggers a counterattack, and I now have control over the guards. I'm going to knock him out, drag him, and dump him in here with his buddy. Alright, so I'm going to holster this weapon, as it is a non-silenced weapon, and I don't really want to be using that. If I have to shoot anyone, I'm going to go ahead and sneak over here, sneak past all these guards. There is a brick over here, so let's try and distract this guard by throwing a brick in this direction. And that'll get him off the bridge so that I can sneak past undetected. All right. So that was a quick little tutorial, or not tutorial. That was a quick little example of some of the mechanics. I'm going to show you some more as we progress through the level. This is a second stage of the level. They're set up into stages, which I believe they are also checkpoints. When you enter through a door, and it has that little cinematic entrance, kind of like Resident Evil. And I'm going to go ahead and use Instinct to detect how my target is going to walk. On higher difficulties, none of this is available, but on lower difficulties, it does burn Instinct in the bottom right, the yellow bar. Using that is uses the least amount of instinct possible, and even when you burn it all out, you're still allowed to use instinct vision, but you're not able to use any of the abilities that you get from instinct. Now, instead of killing this guy, I'm simply going, or instead of doing anything too crazy, I'm just going to push this guy over the edge, which is a silent kill. And since I have a knife, knives can also be used as throwing weapons in this game, similar to how they were in Blood Money. I can choose to throw the knife at him, and it's going to hit him in the back of the head and kill him instantly. It counts as a silent kill, and it's a good way to kill people if guns are too loud. Knives are pretty effective, and they're completely silent. Good kill. I can also choose to take the fillet knife, holster it, and take his disguise. Oh. I'm not sure why, but it seems to do this on this mission, and only this mission, where whenever I try and take the disguise, it seems to lock up, but only for a few moments. I'm going to go ahead and drag him and dump him over the edge. Alright, so I think I'm going to take his gun as well so that I can have dual wielding pistols. And get out my pistol and holster it again. Okay. Now, to get in there, there is a different mechanic in this game as opposed to Hitman Blood Money, where if I'm dressed as a, say if I'm dressed as a guard, in Hitman Blood Money, the other guards of the similar type wouldn't suspect me of anything, and they wouldn't actually give me, you know, a second look. But in this game, when you are dressed as someone, everyone else dressed the same, say I'm dressed as a guard right now, all the other guards will be suspicious of me because they don't know me. They don't know why I'm dressed as a guard. But if I'm dressed as a gardener and I take this disguise, again, we have to wait for it to unlock up. I'm not quite sure why it does this. Come on. Alright, I am now a gardener. And now the guards will not suspect me because they don't know all the gardeners, but the other gardeners will suspect me because they'll look at me and they'll be like, who the hell is this guy? He wasn't working with us today. So the way to get past these two guys, because neither disguise will work and I can't wear the suit because they'll immediately start getting on my case, I can choose to simply burn instinct. This is an option available in the lower difficulty levels. Hold control and I'm going to blend it. I'm going to burn a large amount of instinct, but I'm going to be able to sneak past them quite easily to avoid detection. The yellow arrows appearing on the sides of the screen are detection meters. If it goes all the way to a point, then that means someone has detected you and they are suspicious of you. I was able to sneak past these guards because I'm dressed as a gardener and they don't know any better. I am tanking a few frames there, sorry. Now, I can't get through here because there's both a gardener and a guard. So instead, I'm going to choose to turn on this valve, which will release the sprinklers. Alright, so they're going to get all flustered and wet, and they're going to end up clearing the area for us so we can get through that door so we don't have to end up killing them or burning any more instinct to get past. Go ahead and sneak through here. I'm now trespassing because gardeners are not allowed in this area. And, oh, there are two guards here, so instead I'm going to wait for one to leave. I'm going to go ahead and hide in one of these bins and peek out. Once you're inside the bin, you can peek without fear of getting caught. You only have to worry about if someone sees you get into the bin. Alright, looks like they're not moving. So I think I may have to distract one. Go ahead and pull out my knife, which I can use as both a throwing weapon, a stabbing weapon, and as a distraction. So I'm going to see if I can distract one by throwing a knife over there. Whoop. Oh, I think they may have saw me do that. Oh, they're telling me to get out. Sorry about that. I'm just going to go back over here where I'm allowed. Alright, so it looks like that's a good way to, well, not a good way. I should have just ended up killing them, but instead I kind of fucked up there and got myself noticed. But this time I think I'm just going to pull out my gun and shoot them. I can choose to steady aim with shift and shoot and shoot. Alright. Holster my weapon. And I'm going to drag this guy out. and dump him off the edge. All right. Well, it's a bit more messy than I would have liked, but you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. All right, so now there is a mechanic where you get to shimmy along ledges and slip past windows. Gonna climb down. You're at no risk of falling during this. It's just you can't do anything other than shimmy across the ledge and slide past windows. So gonna go ahead and slide past this window and slide past this next window. I did turn off all the voice sounds because of the annoying tutorial messages that this lady keeps saying, and I couldn't figure out how to turn them off unless I turned off the voice. So now this guy is next to the window and I can choose to pull him out, which counts as a silent kill and no one will notice me doing it. Go ahead and climb through the window now and crouch. Now I could use anything that I can pick up as a weapon, including this coffee mug. I can't use it as the throwing weapon like a knife, but I can choose to bash someone with it, like so. It's an instant kill, and I can now drag him along. Coffee mugs are easy to use as weapons and as distraction items. Gonna go ahead and uncrouch because there are no other guards in the area. I can check using instinct. Doesn't look like there are any guards in the area. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this checkpoint and continue along with the mission. Now, there are things such as intel, or not intel, evidence, scattered throughout the levels, and if you take them, it will refill your instinct meter, and it will also, not refill it completely, but it will refill some of your instinct meter, and it will also score you some score points. Now I'm going to choose to burn some instinct off so that you can see that it does in fact regenerate instinct. Alright, see, now I've now burnt off a little bit of instinct, so I'm going to go ahead and grab this evidence, and it scored me some points, but currently score is not on right now, and it also gained me my instinct back. Now I can choose to grab this disguise of an interior guard. Again, with the slowdown, it only happens during this mission, I'm not sure why. I think it may be while I'm recording and playing, it kind of slows down. This should be the last time I'm going to change. Alright. And currently my objective is to disable security. Disable security system. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and disable the security system. You can check your objectives using F1. Alright, everything is off and we're going to continue along with the mission. Enter one of these doors, sort of Resident Evil style, which will give me access to a new portion of the map. Or mission, I should say. Alright. So I'm an interior guard, it looks like. There is a chef over there and a guard over there. The guards will notice me if they look at me for too long. So I'm going to go ahead and sneak past here. I am allowed upstairs as an interior guard. Go ahead and use instinct to see that it looks like there's a guy down there, or a few guys down there and a guy up here, so I'm going to go ahead and hide over here. And see if there's anything of interest in here. It looks like there is a checkpoint. And it looks like there is some sleeping pills. Go ahead and take some of those. And open this door. Looks like this guard is still nonchalantly staring over the edge. I'm going to go ahead and sneak over here. And see if I can get into the kitchen, because all these guards will notice me as not being an interior guard if they look at me for too long. So I'm going to try and get the chef's outfit, because then they won't notice that I'm not the chef because they don't know who the chef is. So I'm just going to drug the food. Oh, looks like he noticed me. It's okay. Oh. Looks like I'm done for, so I might as well go ahead and restart the checkpoint. That's what they're used for. Sorry about that. I was actually expecting to drug his food, but that didn't work out too well. Alright. Since I did activate the checkpoint, I am able to simply respawn right there. Or restart right there, because you don't really respawn. I'm going to go ahead and go down here, wait for the guard to leave after talking to the chef, and then I'm going to go over there and put sleeping pills in his food. That way the chef will eat the food and get knocked out. That'll give me access to his chef outfit, and once I have the chef outfit, I can then sneak around the entire lower floor of the mansion completely undetected and basically without risk of getting caught because they don't know who the chef is. All right, he's going to mouth off to the guard. I do have voices off at the moment because the tutorial messages in this level were quite loud and annoying, and I just couldn't figure out how to get it to play with the voices and without tutorial messages. So I'm just going to let the yelling happen. Looks like he'll notice me if I stay here for too long. Need to get out of here. Control to blend in. It's a good way to avoid a bad situation if I use that. Instead, I'm just going to wait for that guy to leave, and I'm going to wait for the chef to move to another area so that he doesn't turn and see me. All right, I'm going to go ahead and... Ooh, it looks like I didn't pick up the sleeping pills. That's not good. Kind of made a mistake there, so I need to go back upstairs and get the sleeping pills. Again, avoiding all the guards. And take the sleeping pills. Alright, I now have access to sleeping pills. I'm going to use them to incapacitate 2 people. Both the chef and the head of security, whom I need to get a key card to access the upper floor of the mansion. Alright, looks like he's doing his thing with his food. So I'm just going to let him go about his business, and I'm also going to drug his food when he's not looking. So I have now put drugs in his food. He's not going to suspect me because I am a guard. I'm dressed as a guard, and he doesn't know what the guards look like. So I'm going to go ahead and crouch over here, and I'm going to put sleeping pills in the head of security's coffee. That way he's going to have some coffee, and he's also going to pass out. All right. Go ahead and uncrouch. Wait for him to go about his business and have some of the food, and I'm going to have to wait for the head of security to come and take a drink of his coffee. Looks like he's going to say something to his guards, and he's going to come over here and take his coffee, or at least he should. The chef is going to notice something wrong with his food, so he's going to take a taste, but it's going to be filled with sleeping pills, so he's going to get messed up from it. Now, while everyone is getting themselves knocked unconscious from sleeping pills, I'm going to go up here and show you where I need to access. I need to access this door over here, but I do need a key card from the head of security to do so. So I'm going to go ahead and move over here. Looks like the head of security is over there drinking some of his coffee, so I'm going to go down there and wait for him to basically pass out from drinking the coffee laced with sleeping pills. It looks like the chef should be unconscious so far. He is. And we're going to try and move him out of the area so that I don't lose any points from that. If you do knock someone unconscious using, well, I guess it'd be pacify. If I do pacify someone instead of killing them, I can still earn the points back that I lost from pacifying them. Right now I'm negative 180, but if I choose to dump him in the freezer without killing him, I can earn those points back because I hid a body, body hidden, and I don't lose any points from that. In here, the head of security should be convulsing and passing out from the sleeping pills, so I'm going to go over here and get the key card. And he is sleeping, and I think I can go ahead and hide his body. Drag it over here. You can also hide them in closets, but they are going to be standing instead of laying in the bottom of something. So I'm going to plop him in the closet and go ahead and get some more points for that. And I'm going to continue about the mission. I'm going to go ahead and take this knife because you never know when you're going to need a knife, and I'm going to continue along. Now, since I have the key card, I didn't really need to pacify the chef. You only need to pacify the chef if you don't lace the coffee, but I decided to do both to show you that you can, in fact, do both things with that, with the sleeping pills. Notebook, rating page, so it's going to tell me that the higher my rating, the more assassination things I get to unlock, such as score. Looks like the professional, or I am a professional. I have 18,800, or words, James. 18,180 points. Looks like I lost 180 points from pacifying the chef, but I earned the points back by hiding the body. I also earned an extra few hundred points from hiding the head of security. Now I'm going to continue along with this. Looks like I get 50% bonus from playing it on hard and challenge bonus plus 30. All right, so I'm going to go over here and get another challenge bonus by grabbing the bust. I believe there's also evidence down there, so I might as well go ahead and get that. Gonna go ahead and grab the bust, which will earn me a few more points because it is a challenge to grab the bust. I'm also going to open window blinds and distract all of the guards. This is one way of doing it. I can choose to turn on the window blind or activate the window blinds, and the head of security would head on upstairs and go check out what the deal was with the blinds opening. I did end up dumping the head of security and the chef, and I cannot get, oh, it looks like I can get the disguise. So even though I hid the chef, I can go ahead and take his disguise after I hit him. And no one will notice me being the chef. I should probably drop the bustle. It is kind of weird. Holster it. I'm going to head over here. There is some evidence over on the table over there, so I guess I did need to pacify the chef if I want to get this evidence without being noticed. There's evidence over here, I believe. Nope. Over here. Looks like there is some evidence. I'm going to grab this evidence and get 1,800 points. Count, James, count. So I am now at the rating of Shadow, and I have the evidence collector objective complete. So I'm going to go on and head on upstairs. There's nothing to do down here. Now through this doorway there are a few spoilers, so I'm going to continue after all the spoilers are finished, and I'm going to resume then. Okay guys, so we are past the spoilers, and now I'm going to show you the last mechanic in Hitman Absolution, or the last mechanic shown in the earlier levels. Go ahead and check if any of this is evidence really quick. Doesn't look like it. Alright, gonna go ahead and continue. And it looks like there are 4 guards over there, so I'm going to show you how to kill all 4 guards without taking any damage to yourself. You go ahead and sneak over here. Go ahead and use Control to enter Instinct, and press Q to activate point shooting. Point shooting is a kind of like a Red Dead Redemption type thing where you go ahead and mark points on the body you want to fire at. Now I've done fatal damage to all 3 targets, or all 4 targets, and I can also choose to place other points. So I'm going to shoot them all again, and then I'm going to shoot this guy like 18 times. It does do this cinematic point shooting type thing. You can choose to turn that off in the options menu. And that poor guy got shot a whole bunch of times. Now, that was the last mechanic I wanted to show you in Hitman Absolution. Yeah, and that about wraps up the video. It looks like, nope, I thought that was evidence. That about wraps up the video. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you like this new format. If not, go ahead and let me know in the comment section. Tell me that you want me to return to the Faster Than Light format, where I simply started playing the game and played through till I died. Not really sure if I can do that with a video game like this, but you know, if you like that format, I can try and do something with it. Or if you like this Sonder format, where I played the game, recorded some footage, and then I talked over the footage. Instead, that gave me more opportunity to explain the game to you in depth and detail without having to focus on the actual gameplay itself. Or if you like this format where I kind of do this transitioning thing and I do a whole bunch of things, or if you would like a mix of all 3 or 2 of them or whatever, just let me know in the comment section below. It would help me out if you also like and subscribe to our channel if you do like our content. Yeah, so remember, Hitman Absolution is currently out. It is on Steam for $49.99, and I hope that this video gave you a helped you in making a purchasing decision. If you were a little bit on the ropes and you didn't quite know if you wanted to get Hitman Absolution because you didn't quite you weren't quite sure, I hope that this video is something that can either give you the information you need to make a choice of not getting it or getting it. All right, that's me done for today. Well, not today. It's me done for now. I'm going to wrap up this video, and I'm also going to render it and upload it, and then I'm going to make my Hitman Contracts video, which is the video on the contracts mode of Hitman Absolution. You can go ahead and check that out. It should be up within an hour after this one. An hour or 2 after this video is up. Yeah, thank you for watching. Go ahead and check out the contracts video. Thank you for watching.